Welcome, boys and girls, to a game that has been long overdue.
Yep, it's been a long time coming, and just in time for Pac-Man's birthday.
It's a whole new world.
Oh, look at all those yummy treats.
So it's a beautiful day in Pac-Land. The Pac family is getting things ready for Pac-Man's birthday, but unfortunately the ghosts have come around to come and try and tarnish it.
And apparently the ghosts, despite having fought Pac-Man for years, doesn't know what he looks like, so they just decide to take all of them just to be safe.
Yeah.
Close enough.
So first, they go for the dog.
Oh, he's a cute doggy.
And we'll say, even that little...
Oh no!
We'll say, even that addition of dialogue is neat, like, because yeah, they are upping the quality on all of the cutscenes as well from the original. Aw, Pac Baby and her puka.
And then there's the baby and Puka. Yup! Who literally gets just shoved in the barrel.
In the barrel! Here we go!
And then there's the old coot, Professor Pac. In the original version of the game, he was abducted by aliens. Here...
Oh my... He gets made dizzy!
So this is what it's like when the person with 20/20 vision wears glasses.
I need to lay off the Pac juice. And there's Pac Boy.
Yep, not to be confused with Pac Jr., who gets yoinked straight to the sea. Instead of being stuffed into a robot.
And then there's this monster.
And then there's the new wife.
Especially looking at the way her arm joints are done. It's not a perfect sphere. It literally looks like the Robo replacement for Miss Pac-Man.
And so, after a long day's work, Pac-Man comes home to see his party in shambles.
He reacts. Yeah, it's not a big shout no.
Oh.
I wish.
No, they couldn't. Not this time around. But I will definitely say, it is interesting that they meshed this part of the second cutscene along to the first one, because we now know who abducted our Pac family.
There's a party on Ghost Island. You can meet Pac-Man in person. But I'm Pac-Man! Someone's trying to steal my brand!
And if there's one thing I cannot stand for, it's my brand. What about your family? Oh yeah, them too. Welcome everybody to a special kind of commentary that James might want to attempt on Pac-Man World.
Re-Pac.
Yep. And thank goodness, actually, in hindsight, thank goodness we actually waited a little bit and didn't do this right off the presses, because we'll be able to hear the music in full glory now.
Yeah, let's just say, not to say that the initial launch of this game was botched, like, I'd still say it was a very solid game all around, but something about the renewed soundtrack didn't quite click.
And they touched that up, they listened to feedback, and by golly, I'm very happy to see that. So hang on, down in 3, 2, 1, down, up in 3, 2, 1, up. Alright, I'm gonna give this a roll, and we're gonna see what happens, I guess.
Yep, because, Logan, if I'm not mistaken, this is your very first time ever playing Pac-Man World.
Yep! Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm hoping that I do not make a fool of myself. But I mean, but duly noted, I have played and beaten the second one that was on PlayStation 2. That one I have played.
Then honestly, you won't need to, won't have to worry about facing too many cases of muscle memory for this game, because it's more or less the same, save for one or two additional add-ons, and also one that was introduced via Re-Pac.
Alrighty, well, that said, I'm going to hit new game now. And English, and I will start with English, thank you. Let's roll.
So, on the other side of Pac World, we have Ghost Island.
Who'd have thunk it?
It's literally just a giant amusement park.
Ooh, by the ghosts.
It definitely had a much spookier atmosphere of the original game.
Oh,
Here, I definitely feel some... Hey, it's a chocolate cake this time. They remembered.
Yeah, they're having a fun bouquet. Oh.
Of course, Pac-Man's still very picky for the worst of reasons.
He also, actually, I'll be honest, I kind of do dig his design in Re-Pac.
Oh yeah, no, I dig it too. Like, I do still think there's something to admire about the original game's very wonky look for him, because I think that definitely sold the point of him being a, for lack of a better word, bootleg Pac-Man.
Yeah.
But here, this one is just... Honestly, I just like it for how raw it is.
Oh yeah, no, it's a pretty awesome, like, Bowser kind of design for them, and, just a hopeless fool.
That's right, just a hopeless fool that you did not capture!
But we captured all of them.
With it.
I don't like you.
Why don't you have a nose?
Oh, if I had a power pellet,
We won't do it again. It's just It's so
That's just
silly.
what I get out of this. All right, with that all said, believe it or not, this is actually going to be a super special case because it's not just Logan playing Re-Pac, I'm playing the original as a side-by-side comparison.
Oh.
So welcome to Pac-Man World, and welcome to Pac-Man World. There's going to be ghost dots and find the big pellets, and don't get careless, and we're going to see maybe, and I'm also instigating a new challenge, because we're also going to see who has, oh lord, I forgot about this. We're going to see who has the biggest score by the end.
The biggest sword.
Biggest score, or if we can beat, who can beat the levels faster. But not that it really matters much, because, again, this is just a super special case, because I think, for what it's worth, there's still a merit to playing both versions of the game, even if Re-Pac is slightly better. And also, because, you know, among other things, the power pellet is freaking busted in your version.
As you're seeing, yeah, you got a high jump, they did some classic things, and, oh man, I will say, this music is bringing me back. Like, the soundtrack to the World and 2 are great.
Yep, and unlike, say, the original Pac-Man World, where it's all very... they did have to compress it a bit, just to fit on that Red Book audio CD. In your case, you've more or less got, like, clean rips of whatever was available.
Yes. And they learned that maybe the compression was there because of a limitation, and not because that the composer wanted it to sound like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's push that.
I still don't quite understand what the philosophy was when they initially remade the soundtrack for Re-Pac.
Who knows?
I actually don't understand either. Now, I do remember one of those signs earlier told me about that in this game, not only are the power pellets, you know, or just normal pellets, you know, just for normal consumption, but you can also throw them as like a close sort of long-range attack.
Yes, you can. It's the closest thing Pac-Man does have to a short-range attack. That's not just his butt bounce or the new rev roll he has.
Oh, yeah. So, what to do? Dolphin jump, butt bouncing, need some... Okay. Oh, that's right. And I cannot butt bounce underwater just yet. That's why we have over here...
the Chrome power-up, which if you... did you make sure to turn on the Chocogen skin?
Oh, I didn't buy that one. That's paid DLC.
Oh, man, You should have shown off the Chocogen skin.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Next session, I will have it.
Okay.
And I assume it's not just that you have a talking point for the little contest you won, Mister.
Yeah, I did enter it into that sweepstakes they had where they would offer a free Chocogen Chrome Noir Chocogen skin, or it's like a whole figure sort of thing, which also came with a copy of the game.
Right, Chocogen, it's almost like when you think of something, it's like when someone describes something as a Nendoroid, you know it probably means like a figurine with like interchangeable expressions. And I guess Chocogen refers to figurines that also involve metal to some extent, and
I guess that's the idea. Like maybe it's like a whole brand of like robot-themed figures.
I think so, yeah. But the one that you the one that you had looked pretty neat.
Like there is such a thing as the regular Chocogen skin like Pac-Man, where it's still all yellow and red and orange and all that stuff. But the one they offered mainly for the sake of Re-Pac was Chrome Noir.
Also,
go ahead.
I just noticed a second ago, a little addition new to Re-Pac. Logan was doing like a little flutter jump a few moments ago.
Yep, they added in a flutter jump for Re-Pac, which is something I will have to sadly miss out on because that was not a thing in the original. But not that it matters because I already finished the level.
Ah, dang! See, yeah. and I thought I was booking too, but I'm moving.
Well, no, there were some points where you were meandering a bit.
Sorry.
Kinda, yeah, but don't mind me as I test my luck on this here fruit roulette system thing here.
Yeah, fruit doors, blah, blah.
Basically, if you do end up matching a fruit or whatever on the slots, then you do earn additional points. And I think if you manage to get 3 of a kind, you do get an extra life.
Well, hopefully that'll be the case. And as you said, and as you said, hopefully, hopefully this. Oh my gosh, yes, thank you. And then finally, take the big thing, break the Talkman statue, and miss the melon.
Oops.
Nothing matters. It's just a measly melon.
I feel like I'm gonna need that melon later.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't you need it to like 100% the game?
No. I actually, in order to 100% this game, in this version, where you need to save all of the family members. I think you need to get a high score of 765,000 because that's how you get the magic key. Oh
yeah, and unfortunately, for the sake, this is something I will definitely give the original over Re-Pac. In Re-Pac, you do the method of playing the slots is collecting all those funny little Pac-Man tokens that used to be the level end goal in the original game. Mm-hmm. And if you have any on hand, you are going to have to do this whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
In the original game, you technically can't skip it.
Oh.
Come on.
Can you get it?
One more.
All bells, baby! All bells!
It's after this guy, so... Melon!
Hey! Nice!
Okay.
3 of a kind.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but duly no. Like once I get to a point where I have way too many lives to go around, after a while, I'm just gonna be like, okay, I got plenty of lives. Let's just keep moving.
Yeah.
It's almost uncommon to happen, but I have had at least one time where the slot game gave me a straight up gimme, and everything was just Galaxians.
Oh my gosh.
I think that might be like a Sunday sort of bonus or something like that. I'm not entirely certain on that. I just know it happened once, and I have never had it happen again after all 4 of my playthroughs.
Well, I
And
do
yeah,
know
as
that.
you see there, oh, go ahead.
I do know that it's not going to be like a massive issue because, like, not like a critique, but one thing I tend to hear when people talk about Re-Pac, apparently it's really easy to rack up lives in it.
Oh yeah, no,
as you just saw.
They spoon feed you lives in Re-Pac.
I was gonna say, because as you just see, like, even, like, for every 10,000 points, you get a 1-up, so...
Oh, actually, before you go to the next level, Logan, why don't we take a tour of the Ghost Island here? Because, believe it or not, the Pirate Island here...
I was gonna say, really quick, I also did not purchase the Jukebox DLC just yet, which is why it's currently in this little cover.
Oh, no, that's not the Jukebox. That's actually something else you'll unlock after beating the game.
Okay.
But we actually have access to more than just the Pirate the Pirate lands of Ghost Island. Like, to your left, for example, you'll come across the Ruins area.
What? No!
Oh,
That is
whoops.
not the ruins area.
Packy, are you okay?
I meant to jump, and okay, hang on. I'm so embarrassed.
Look,
Look at this
I
one.
know-
You're playing
I
the
know-
Steam release.
Look, I know missing that melon was a bit of a blue ball, but you can't be that stubborn about it.
Gosh, just do this. Okay. Anywho.
So yeah, this here is the Ruins area, and in the original game's case, it's all just one straight line. In Pac-Man World Re-Pac, it's a lot more, for lack of a better word, multi-directional.
Yeah, it's like fleshed
Like it
out a
encompasses
bit.
an entire island as opposed to just one straight road.
Huh.
So
I
from the
can-
get-go, you have access to the Ruins area, and the space lands, and that's pretty much all we can do at the moment.
Okay, well, but I did.
And in Re-Pac's case, because of how more broader the map is, you do have warp points that take you from one place to the other.
Makes sense.
Unlike
you also,
me, I have to hoof it the whole way through.
from
need
here,
your
you can also
cardio.
view the movie, and you can also play bonus mazes via the Galaxians thing, which I think you only do this for 100% completion. I don't think you can.
Yeah, it's primarily for 100% completion. Though I definitely recommend, if you can, to go for the Galaxians at every level, which unlocks
Okay.
the other ones.
Okay, yeah, I gotta keep an eye out for those.
Anyway, shall we go ahead and proceed to our next level?
Yep, Corsair Cove, and go. Way!
Woohoo!
So I guess now that we're going into this, what were your thoughts on Re-Pac when it was first announced and shown off?
I was very taken by surprise of its announcement, and I am very happy I was very happy about it. Like, this is also just coming off of what was it? Pac-Man Museum Plus, which we all thought, like, there was already enough evidence in that game to suggest that they had more plans to do with, like, everything that was on there up to that point.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, we got the announcement that this game was coming out around August, and it made me pretty happy, but it also made me wonder, why didn't they just mix it and just, wait a couple extra months and mix both games together, because they work off the exact same engine.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know about that then.
Whoops.
Yeah. That looks suspicious to me. Oh, I must have to get a cherry, which I think I did get. Yep. Open her up. Give me the power pellet.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess and again, apologies, not to leave hype out of the fun or anything. I am curious. What are your thoughts on Pac-Man World, just as a whole?
Well, just Pac-Man World as a whole, I like what I've seen of it. I do need to find the time to play it eventually. Like, funnily enough, like, I had been meaning to get a Re-Pac for Christmas, but for some reason, like, every time me and my mom would look for it, they never had a physical copy of it anywhere, which made me, like, question, like, if there even were physical copies for the Switch version.
Well,
Weird.
there are. I mean, that
thank
is
goodness.
actually one of the versions they offered me when I won the contest.
So I don't know why every place we went to just magically didn't have it, but I am hoping to get it eventually, because from whatever...
I'm just going to assume either it could be a matter that maybe it sold really well in your territory, or they just didn't really have any to spare.
Well, I would hope it sold well, because that means that it let Konami know that Namco know that we want more of these.
Yeah, I want more of that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe with the success of Re-Pac, we could get a Re-Packed version of Pac-Man World 2.
Yeah, that'd be nice, and honestly, I feel like that'd probably be a much easier game for Namco to stomach, considering that she, who is unable to be named, isn't even in that game.
Right.
That
well,
is true.
there was like one minor cameo, but even then, it's like it's so minor it could easily be written out.
Yeah.
I would very much like to see that game again. I definitely enjoyed World 2, and then I would not be against seeing them try to do something different with World 3 that maybe is not so much beat 'em up heavy.
That too. I mean, honestly, that game may as well just be redone outright.
Yeah, by all means. I will 100% be up with more Pac-Man content. Like, just arcade stuff is fine, but like I think Pac-Man is a fun little character. Like, he is like a mascot-worthy character that like deserves to have his world and more adventures explored.
Yeah, definitely.
And I say that as somebody who even finds things to be charmed about by Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures. Because that smug walk.
To be fair, that has a charm that's completely different than the charm this game has.
Fair.
Yeah. I mean, I'll still give credit where it's due, where, like, even if the game as a whole is just kind of garbage, like, there was a lot of effort put into its visual, like, it just, basically how it acted more or less like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, even like, on a limited space, like the Super Nintendo or Genesis.
Yep. And the
Like,
tutorial.
it was really well done, even in spite of, the gameplay loop.
Now I forget if that was something that happened in the original, but they introduced the metal enemy that needs a metal dot to kill them. Granted, I was
That is new to Re-Pac.
okay. Granted, I was in power pellet mode, so I kind of just ate him before I could even read the tutorial.
Oops.
Oh yeah, no. If you know how to utilize a power pellet, you can bust through this game's challenge in seconds flat.
Oh, that.
Well, here's hoping that I could be able to help give him a fighting chance, because not for nothing, considering that James is like the biggest Pac-Man aficionado of a lot of us, I feel like he might have a bit of a home field advantage.
I think I'm going into that 100% knowing that, but
Whoa.
yes.
I mean, I can already see so far you're already at least a somewhat ahead of me, just because of again all the
The things that are helping.
exactly.
Okay, I got myself a maze.
Yay! Now you'll get to go to your first maze.
Oh, jeez.
And I guess if there's one thing I will say against Re-Pac, the mazes aren't. I don't know. Something about the mazes don't feel quite as. I don't know how to really explain it. Like, they just feel a little duller in the Re-Pac than they do in the original.
Well, it's interesting because I remember hearing that like the mazes in the original Pac-Man World one were a bit problematic in a sense of like they had like a bunch of obstacles that was really hard to maneuver around, given that Pac-Man's just like automatically running.
It's one of those things where it can be problematic if you aren't aware that you can actually zoom the camera out, so you can see more of what's around.
Right.
Like, that is easily, like, unless you're looking at the options and, like, all your controls, like, that's something you could easily miss. Which I certainly did for the longest time, up until I actually did it on accident. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
the whole world is reopened to me.
Meanwhile, here they were at least thankful enough to realize, oh, we should probably put a big button prompt that tells people they can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does help. Now I'm in the maze.
Alrighty. Jeez, oh jeez. Don't go up the side. Nice. Okay.
There you go.
Good job.
Oh my gosh, I have to. So I played Pac-Man like in the arcades a few times. definitely no problem there. Oh, let's keep going. But oh man, Donkey Kong was more my thing at the time.
Fair.
If not Centipede. Centipede was also good. Alright, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, I've already brought time again that, like, as far as, like, classic arcade stuff is concerned, my primary debut in that whole scene was with Miss Pac-Man.
Oh, I mean, I do not blame you there.
Miss Pac-Man and Turtles in Time.
Turtles in Time, definitely a lot of fun.
Both are some very classics, and then of all things was also the Simpsons arcade game was another big one that I had seen a lot of.
If only my arcade had the Simpsons arcade game, because that in itself is a, good time.
Oh, absolutely.
All I had was Stinky Miss Pac-Man, Turtles in Time, and Cruisin' Worlds.
Ooh, nice.
And Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2.
So this really isn't a bad day for you now, is it?
Is it?
No, not really.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, already, like, Logan's near the end of the level, and I'm still stuck in the maze.
Oh.
Well, he could fumble at the last minute, you don't know.
Oh, jeez. Ouch.
Oh, jeez.
What cool thing about, the mazes in, Pac-Man World, at the very least with the original, not so much with Re-Pac, is that, your health is more or less like it is in the actual game itself. You don't lose a life immediately.
Got it.
With Re-Pac, they changed it, so it's the traditional, you get hit once, you die. And you only have a certain amount of lives until you get booted right out of the maze.
He's
Oh,
after you.
jeez.
They're after you.
Woohoo! I got it!
Nice.
Now I gotta do an assload of catching up.
No, you're fine. I'm still trying to... But gosh. You guys, stop. Okay, beeping. Yep, open the door.
I'm just one Pac-Man.
Seriously, boys,
Oh my
leave
gosh.
me alone.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, doors that and fire!
Dude,
Oh!
there's no coin you need.
Oh, hang on. But before I do that... Wait, where's the power pellet to kill these
Oh, it's
suckers
behind.
with?
It's on the south end of that thing.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Wait, okay, hang on. This is where James perhaps catches up with me.
Oh, good. My one-way shot to lead.
There we go. But again, but by all means,
if it means anything, we're not treating this like as any serious race. This is,
No.
again, just for the sake of showing off both games back to back.
Yeah, no, I'm just here to, I'm here to enjoy the time. There we go, level done. I even got the Pac-Man. But no, I'm just here to enjoy this and finally, have the excuse of peer pressure to get me to play this game. And what the hell? Wait, what's going on now?
It's a special
Oh,
stage.
bonus round.
Oh yeah, when you collect every letter of Pac-Man's name, you get to go to the bonus round. And it varies depending on the world you collect them in. Like in this case, you are going through this underwater catacomb full of ball spikes.
Oh, geez, yep, okay.
And you're tasked with collecting every single, oh, that's right, I need to find the way to hit that button.
Every MacGuffin. I think it's across the way, maybe, or you can butt bounce it, or...
I also did notice that there's no more metal balls.
Where's the
Yeah,
metal ball?
nothing
Where's the metal
matters.
ball? Where's the metal ball? There it is. Oh, no!
Oh man.
Oh,
I thought you still had 10 seconds left.
Well, don't worry about those blue chests. The blue chests only give you the metal, the chrome pellets.
Well, that's what he was
Yeah,
looking for.
yeah, all I can assume is that maybe...
What, the chrome pellet?
Yeah, like it was like I was hopping up to get the metal pellet, and it's like the game automatically read that since I made it to that side of the dock, then I must have already like beaten it, or I don't know, it was something odd. It's okay.
Oh,
We're
that
all-
would have sucked if I missed the key then and there.
Okay, we're going for lemons now. Nope. Okay, we're just going for nothing. Okay.
Every
Just the melons.
ghost is lemons.
Otherwise known as evil.
Well, no,
Okay, I
that'd
guess we're
be
going for
eagle.
lemons again. Guess we're not going. Okay, I suck at slot machines. This is why I don't gamble.
Me neither.
All right.
I mean, what is gambling but just a lesser man's stock market?
yeah. Why not? The money for the people. But okay, all in all, I'm here for fun, and I think I'm gonna hopefully get that. It's good music, good thing, get bananas, and it's just a nice, relaxing time, really. Truly.
Oh, I missed some letters.
He's
Okay.
Paka.
Paka.
Well, I mean, you're already in the slot machine, so this at least allows me to catch up.
Yep, no worries. And no, I suck. And also, what I did there was because I'm gonna try and go for the true ending for this. There was these very special ribbon fruits that I acquired that are used to they're usually used to then trade in for keys, which fortunately the keys persist between levels.
They do.
Important because I'm going to need them if I want to save my friend. You can be an outright jerk and not save anybody if you wanted to.
Right.
Yep. Though that does only apply in Re-Pac. In the original game, you have to save every family member if you want to beat the game.
Right.
Oh, fair enough.
So that's that's pretty much a caveat on my end. You, on the other hand, well, that's really up to you. Oh, and oops, I already started the next level, Logan. So you go ahead and hop right in.
Oh my gosh! Hurry!
Why are you doing this?
Don't worry, I'm doing the bro pause for you.
Thank you.
I mean, look at that smile.
And go.
There you go.
Unfortunately, I can't hear it on your end because obviously I need to concentrate on my own end. But
Right.
the change up they did for this level in the remastered track is much better.
Yeah. This
Well, much better in Re-Pac's case.
it's,
Oh
it's-
yeah, no, well, go ahead.
I was just saying it's gonna be really weird for me because, like, in case it wasn't obvious, I'm spectating the both of them as they're going through the race. So I'm just
Yes.
going back and forth on like whose audio I have to prioritize and whose video I have to prioritize.
I mean, who's to say you can't? No one. You can swap between both if you feel like. No one's
Yeah.
gonna judge.
Well, so I'm trying my best to swap. It's just that I think I mentioned this before in a video, but I have this tendency where it's like I sometimes tend to focus more on one screen than another whenever we do like videos where we involve more than one screen share.
Well, I mean that makes sense, but I mean, usually in those other cases, it's just because everyone's like streaming whatever they feel like. But
Right.
here, Logan and I are literally playing the same game, just from different eras.
Right.
Also, neat little trick while you're on those Reveral spinny disc thingies. You can actually launch Pac-Man pretty far from like when you just jump off of them while spinning.
Oh, I'll have to.
I don't know. I don't remember if that also applies with Re-Pac, but the original game is very easy to do.
And I could kind of see that a little bit there. Hang on. Okay, I need to get an apple.
I mean,
There
I
it
have to
is.
make up. I have to make up for how you, Mister, have stolen Yoshi's flutter jump.
Yeah, that I will say though, when I first saw that in the trailer, I was like, that didn't really seem necessary for Pac-Man. I mean, frickin' his rev roll jump is already like doing. If you know that's another big thing. Is like if you know how to use the rev roll, which I'm gonna mainly just be either going off of instinct or just just seeing what the hell happens. But if you know
If
how
it
to
means
use the
anything,
rev
Logan,
roll,
I'll
like,
actually let me. Sorry to cut you off right there.
Don't worry,
If
go
it
for
means
it.
anything, Logan, you have much more. You have much more
boy.
freedom to make the most out of your rev roll in Re-Pac than I do. Just because it's a lot easy. It's much more. It's a lot smoother in Re-Pac.
that is fair. And for full.
Like you can speed past most of the game with it if you wanted to.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. And full disclosure, I did also go quickly into the controls and remapped it because I do not. I don't really like using triangle for rev rolling. I prefer to use R1.
I have R1. Oh, okay. I usually just stick with the square, whatever constitutes as the square button.
Oh,
I mean, it's really no different than how people like prefer to use either one of the shoulder buttons or face buttons for sliding and crash.
that's fair. Which actually, yeah, that is also the same. We're too fat. That's also
Sorry, Pac-Man, you're just too fat.
Yeah, that's also the button I'm using is actually
I
coincidentally
resent
also the
that.
button I like using for. This is we're not gonna do some weird Captain N or whatever his name was.
Oh,
Do I have to bring out the Pac boxing gloves on you, you vicious shark, you?
Oh jeez. See, I'm not even anywhere near Shark. He is well ahead of me now.
Just be thankful we don't have to worry about the sharks from World 2 with those weirdly human teeth.
Oh gosh, I just remembered them. I remembered them, and I also just got a sudden, like, nightmarish flashback to the submarine levels.
right. Those
thank
were
God.
bad.
If not bad, they were just long in the tooth. On the bright side, the original game does not have anything of the sort.
Yay! Which,
Actually, like not even
okay.
just the oh boy.
Hey, you're fine. Oh, what's up?
Not even just like that one submarine level, but just a lot of the water levels in like Pac-Man World 2. It's like there was an entire world near the end of the game that just had back-to-back water levels that just were not the best.
I mean, that's just its own world in and of itself. Oh, I don't even have the Galaxian on me. Okay.
The what thingy on you?
The Galaxian.
The Galaxian.
Oh, I don't have it on me either, so I'm hoping I find it somewhere.
It should be relatively close by. Actually, looking at it, we're not too... We're literally like neck and neck. Hey.
Okay, maybe I can...
Give me that there pizza wedge, or give me death.
I don't think you want... I don't think you want death. I think
down
you
there.
just...
There you go.
I don't think you want death. I think you just give him some pizza.
Give me Pac Liberty or give me Pac Death.
Or give me death by pizza.
Jeez.
Well, I mean,
But yeah, so,
at least you're going out happy.
yeah. That's still one of my favorite. Even though I'm still trying to keep to this diet, that's still one of my favorite like lines from let's go to Maze. It's one of my favorite lines from Gabriel Iglesias, who's talking about the whole idea of oh jeez, I gotta do it with the bomb birds. About like people are always saying like you should live each day like it's your last. And it's like, well then I don't want to be exercising all the day. What if today's the day I die? I don't want to die sore. I want to die full. Just, like, when the coroner cuts me open, I want the whole room to smell of potato wedges.
Jeez.
And he's like, and the coroner will be like, this guy knew how to live right here.
Freaking potato wedges and weed.
Oh my gosh, I can't do that. I'll say it in a different thing. Okay. Yep.
One thing I will also give the original game over Re-Pac. All the ghosts do dress up for the occasion.
Yeah, even though you kind of got a glimpse of some of the ghosts in costume at the party, like they don't usually actually dress up like that's so weird.
I mean, they do dress like the regular ghost monster fodder in the levels do dress up, which is, you know, in and of itself pretty cool. It's just that like the regular ghosts, Inky, Pinky, Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde.
Yeah,
they don't dress up in the mazes in Re-Pac for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Aww.
It's kind of silly. I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things that gave the game its fun.
There you go.
Right. There's just a little something there. Alright, there we go. Maze down with.
Oh, jeez.
There you go.
So, I guess I will say... Sorry, had to grab...
Surprise!
Oh, lordy! So, I guess I will say...
Let's get out of here.
Run! So, I guess I should ask, so between the two, which do you find yourself going back to revisit more frequently now? Like, from this point forward, like, would you look at Re-Pac and say that's the definitive way to replay Pac-Man World?
Let all four of my 100%, well, mostly 100% save files in Re-Pac be the answer for you.
My goodness.
Yeah, I kind of had an unhealthy obsession with Re-Pac when it came out.
I mean, by all means, like.
And then I had my fourth playthrough right as they made the changes to the soundtrack. It included the
I got the checkpoint.
Well, so much for that no miss bonus.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
not that it really matters.
Be
The game spoon feeds you lies like by the dozens.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Don't worry. But yeah, no, that is just come on. There you are.
Oh, this is gonna be dangerous.
But yeah, no, that's the thing that like but how was I going with this? It's just the fact that, you know, like, don't feel bad about that. Like, Pac-Man World, like, 1 was, like, a huge part of your childhood, and, like, the fact that they, like, honestly gave it a really solid, like, touch of paint that I remembered at the time we already kind of saw it coming when the Pac-Man Arcade Plus thingy came out, and yet there's a perfectly viable Pac-Man 3D model that could, like, animate, run, and jump, and, like, lo and behold, they have not let us down with that.
Oh yeah, no, like it was always in the cards. Though I guess it is also funny you bring up the whole thing of me having a huge childhood with Pac-Man World, and I mean, that's not entirely wrong. But it wasn't even until recently that I don't know, like a year or two ago, where I actually beat the original game for the first time. Because this game, at the very least with the original, doesn't always hold your hand. Most especially with the boss fights.
Which will be which we will get to that in a bit, because that is going to be something that I will 100% say. Yes, James 100% will have will 100% have a better bragging rights for, because
some of them kind of suck in the original.
Oh jeez. And yeah, definitely.
Oh, whoops.
Oh my gosh. Oh my.
Okay, now I'm just getting cocky.
And I am unfortunately relying on this I'm unfortunately... Okay, I can do this. I can do... Oh, wait, no, wait. I can just use
Oh
this.
yeah, you have to use that. You goober.
I thought I was going to do some crazy jumping, but I was going to say, I admittedly had one too many close calls with you having to use the flutter jump just then. But
Again, that's just one of those things that really does benefit the game design, considering how... oh jeez. I guess I'm gonna have to take the old way up, because unlike your version,
look.
the whole place gets freaking bombarded.
Logan, it's a puka.
Puka?
what the heck is he doing here? I
was
don't know what
kidnapped,
the...
remember?
He's one of Pac-Man's friends. Of course he'd be captured.
Open
There
her
you
up.
go.
There you go, Pac-Man. Interesting that he speaks with electrical currents.
Oh yeah, no, all the Pac-Man, I think, have unique voice tics to
Oh,
them.
what the heck?
Actually,
My
speaking
phone
of
dropping
Puka-
on the floor. I'm okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm okay. It's okay. It just fell flat on something.
So that's what Puka says in Re-Pac. Here's what he says when you rescue him in the original.
Let's see.
Thanks! When I get my hands on that Pac-Man... Wait a second. I have no hands!
What to do?
Well,
Why? Well, Pac-Man, would you mind murdering him for me? That'd be aces.
If you could just be a dear about that. All right. Stage unlock.
Make up for my shortcomings.
There is still a part of me that, as we saw, there is still a part of me that's bummed that
Oh!
Well,
jeez, what happened?
a Pac-Maw.
Well, guys, you won't be seeing the pirate levels bonus area in the original.
Oh, is this the last level already?
Yep, we're already this is the last level.
Aw. Man, this game's a lot shorter than I thought it was.
Yeah, there's only 6 worlds. Most of them having about 3 levels and a boss fight.
Okay.
Oh,
See, oh my gosh, come on. Okay. Give me that one up.
that's...
And... See, like, so, and yeah, basically what Hype's saying, like, notice how that there's, like, 10 seconds. Oh, you know what? I think it's because the minute you just get the last fruit, they already count that as a clear.
Then what's in that chest that we skipped out on?
Probably just a medal or a life.
Blue chests always give you a chrome pellet.
Oh, not just that. Like, there was one on the bottom of the water that I need to use the chrome pellet to try
Right.
and.
Oh, that wasn't a blue chest though. That wasn't a blue chest.
Well,
Oh,
my
gotcha.
question was, what was in that chest?
Might have been a life or a fruit for all I know.
Yeah, it could have been a life probably. And okay, I guess we're going forages then. And, no.
Well, that's
I
all.
was a
That's
little too
right
late
up
on this.
peach.
So meanwhile, at least you get some score for the end combo. So meanwhile, what we're also doing here in prepping then for is that James and I we've been doing this simultaneously to show off, you know, fun stuff on the good ship Lollipop. But we're also going to, for the bosses, because they are so drastically different in their implementation. For those, we're going to actually, there we go. Give me just one. For those, we're actually going to do them one at a time, and we'll watch each other's progress. And again, more bragging rights to James, because he, in most cases, has the harder of the two games as bosses to deal with.
If not harder, then just outright tedious.
Yeah. Okay.
At the very least, with the first, I'd definitely say that the first boss though is relatively harmless.
Okay. Oh, it's definitely by the ruin stage, I think, where the first becomes just god awful. Or
Yeah,
difficult.
the second and third boss fights in particular are pretty bad in the original game's case. And actually, while we're still here, whatever friends you save are also can also be found in the hub map. Though in the original game's case, you talk to them once, like this.
Why are you wasting your time? More friends are in trouble. Go get them.
And then they just disappear, never to be seen again. And then there's Re-Pac.
Thank you for saving me, Pac-Man. Those therapy lessons have really paid off, and my temper control is now under perfect management. I can't believe I was in a cage.
Good talk, buddy.
Funnily enough, the further into the game you go, they do have a little more dialogue to tell you, but it's mostly generic shit at the end of the day.
Alrighty. Well, before I go in here, I'm now going to tune in to James's, because I want to see what he has to say. Well, how this boss is gonna go down, actually.
Alright, so, first up to bat, in Pac-Man World, we have the HMS Windbag.
Which I like because of its cartoonish, the cartoony eyes that it has.
Yeah, just straight up, right on the sails, you get these angry eyes straight out of an 80s Saturday morning cartoon.
You know what? Especially because also due to like the patchwork, like they almost kind of look like metal plates to me for some reason because the color palette. This is also giving me that old the MMO Toontown vibes when all the robotic like business cogs.
Oh right, the
Toontown.
cogs. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
It was like the cogs or something.
But yeah, so in the original game, you just got to go through a straight line and then you reach the second area, where now it's all a matter of deflecting his cannonballs right back at him with the use of these here blue switches.
Yep, just gotta see if we can time it. Oh, and hopefully that the switches stop moving. Nice!
Yeah, one of
He
them.
will take a few hits, though, unfortunately, so this could take a bit.
No worries.
Unfortunately, in Re-Pac's case, they actually... I'd argue in Re-Pac's case, the fight is a little longer just because he has more health.
Now, oh jeez, the heck are those?
Cannonballs and an app.
Oh my gosh, I'm now... It's the freaking cannonball in a bubble thing from the SpongeBob movie. Now I'm remembering the sponge out of water movie.
Yeah.
Patrick's like, it's so beautiful. Pops the bubble, burn. And that I remember. Fun fact: that was my first introduction to the concept of the sponge out of water movie. Because
that's it.
oh hey,
And thus he has been sunk.
oh my gosh, level complete.
And that's that for the HMS Windbag in the original. Actually, we'll go ahead and skip this, because it's just more another word-like nonsense.
Okay.
Alright.
So while I go ahead and save my game, Logan, you take it away with how Re-Pac handles the fight.
All right, onwards and upwards to the Windbag. But no, it's no, that cannonball thing. That was my first introduction to the freaking to the movie because not even because of that, but because of where's his eyes?
They're not there yet. It's just a regular old ship.
Yeah. You know, that's not too bad then.
It is kind of weird how this game handles some of the boss preparations, because not only do they change up some of the level design, especially in this game,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
case, where it's all double layered, but also because now they actually do more of a thing of where all the bosses
Oh,
are
boy.
pretty much are mostly there because oh geez,
Ha!
oh dear,
Ha!
how is Pac-Man going to get out of this sticky situation?
I don't.
Yes, he.
Okay, I'm gonna now go really fast now. Away!
Okay,
Gotta go pack.
yeah,
But,
you gotta be a
continue.
little quick on the
Gotta
draw
go
with this one.
pack.
Gotta go pack. But no, continue. But yeah, yeah, no, so yeah, they're actually like, they're almost like, at least with this one, almost trying to basically give you an entire like mini level now. Although I'm now realizing that if you use the rev roll, that ship does not have any afterburners. I think I've now left it pretty much in the dust.
Yeah, you really did. It does help in the pinch.
Oh, when you lose a life, you don't have to recollect any of the things that you missed out on.
Which thank
Not
goodness. And
So now it comes to a point where these boss fights are a little more personal.
whoa!
Ooh.
Because Talkman's here to taunt Pac-Man.
So it's you.
Hoist the mainsail!
Bring in the googly eyes.
Ow!
He
wipe that
punched the
What
eye.
was that for?
Wipe that no look off your eyes.
Oh, he's just Windbag. He lost his fancy title.
No more HMS for this windbag.
But holy crap, that health bar.
Yeah, he's got a lot. And believe it or not, this fight has multiple phases now.
Oh boy.
So be prepared for the long one, Logan.
And also I'm noticing there's also far less switches to use.
For now, anyway. I think in the next phase they'll give you more.
Alright, come on. Yep.
He shoots. He gets sucked in the face.
That's good. So you'll never be a pirate in this town again.
Just one more hit should lead us to our next phase, I think.
I think I actually did double hits that time with the cannonballs, which I'll take that.
Oh, nice. Okay, never mind. Never mind. This next hit should lead us to the next phase.
Okay.
Because he has, like, what, 10 hits?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 10 hits. There we go.
Now he's steaming mad.
What the? Oh, here's all the switches.
There's the ones that we're missing.
Okay. Put the buttons up now, please. I would very much like the buttons up now, please. Now these these music pieces we're listening to right now, where it's like a dire, like, you know, like pinch hit mode, like up the tempo. This is original now to this game, right?
Yeah, this is new.
Okay. Right. Come on, just a few more.
There you go.
Good, good.
Alright, 2 more to go.
Oh, hang on. 3, 2, 1.
Wouldn't it be a shame if he actually got smart and just decided, you know what? I'm not gonna shoot my cannonballs today.
That's what a coward would say. He's like, I'm not a coward, and
Ooh.
I'm not a coward.
Scary.
You're a coward.
ow! Ah, there was my perfect hit. Ow.
This
Come on.
boss fight isn't stupid. You're stupid.
You're stupid.
It's like, oh, why you gotta do that to me, Pac-Man?
Oh, and look alive.
Oh,
There's
boy.
a lot of stuff to collect.
Lots of cherries.
I want more cherries. Oh, I thought I could jump off. It's like, give me more cherries. No. Clear.
You have enough cherries, Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Think of your wife.
Yeah, all it does is score, and again, I cannot skip this, unfortunately, so...
Yeah, again, this is an unfortunate oversight of Re-Pac, where if you have tokens to spare, they must be spent.
Yeah, meanwhile, me and my 26 lives... Which, who knows, maybe I'll go into this absolutely needing them, I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, that's cute. You'll do perfectly fine with your 26 to my 9.
That's... Wait, so they don't give you the lives for each 10,000 points bonus in that version?
I don't believe they do.
Oh, jeez. Okay,
I mean, maybe... No, I think they do. It's just that, I don't know, maybe I haven't been as, maybe they're not quite as, giving of them here as they are in Re-Pac.
Okay. Maybe cherry.
And actually, with that said, with what time we're making right now, I'd say we wouldn't hurt to do the next world next, because that's actually the shortest one in the game.
Alrighty.
Oh,
As long as
okay.
you're okay with it, Logan.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So with that said, now that you're done with the Buccaneer area, let's go head on down to the ruins.
Sure thing. Oh, God, freaking that.
Unlike every other world in the game, there are only 2 main levels and 1 boss fight. They did have a third one planned, but it unfortunately got cut for time, and they did not bring it in for Re-Pac.
More games need to have the courage to do that. Yep.
Alright, I'm going in!
Crisis Cavern, away!
I also find it kind of weird in Re-Pac's case, they call them the Crisis Cavern episode, or the Buccaneer Beach episode. It's like, I mean, I don't know, it's one of those things that feels so random to put in.
They want to make you feel like it's an actual Pac-Man cartoon.
Which they had.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, 2 of them.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
This
You
is
the
the
Hanna-Barbera and freaking Disney XD don't count.
Okay.
Or whatever.
But James, he was a meme.
No, it wasn't.
I can't.
It would have been funny if it weren't so horrible.
Yeah.
Nom, nom.
Thank you. Oh, why am I that step?
Yeah. Also, a cute detail that I'm kind of sad and didn't return for Re-Pac. Every time Pac-Man approaches a Pac Dot, he literally opens his mouth to eat it.
Yeah, no, and it's really noticeable when you're on the pack trails because I'm so used to the memory of his mouth like opening for every single one, so you get to see that.
I mean, it wasn't that extreme in World 1's case. It was definitely more so a thing in World 2. But I do either which way, I do agree. It does feel like something they could have easily have re-implemented.
Now, be mindful of the lighting and booby traps.
Yep, because they can be a little nasty in this this case.
Yep. Right, open that up.
And mind all the traps.
Lots of traps.
So now that I'm
Oof.
doing this,
Oh boy.
I will say that all in all, I feel like I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm either repeating myself or saying redundant things, but it's true, okay? It's true. I really want to see another Pac-Man game now after this.
It'd be nice.
Me too.
I don't want this to be the last.
Let's give Pac-Man his own cosmic shake.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was thinking of earlier was, I thought it was very silly how, give me that. I thought it was very silly how not only did SpongeBob get a cosmic shake, but now also Marvel has a cosmic shake, like, very soon after it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's that Marvel superhero game, like Cosmic Twist or something like that.
I'll have to look into it because I'm not entirely certain if it's hidden.
Oh no, you know what? I'm so sorry, not Marvel. DC superheroes. It's a game being released for the Switch. We saw an old like advert for it, and just earlier today. Oh yeah, they are in costume. And just earlier today, I did see a another YouTube ad for it on the Nintendo Switch channel.
Oh, okay.
Remember when Nintendo themselves published that one game based off of the DC, like the DC super, the one with all the female superheroes?
Right, I remember that.
Yeah.
Whatever they call it, that one teen show.
Yeah. No, I saw that one. Yeah.
It's
Weird
there it
times.
goes.
Oh, jeez. Mind the spiders. I definitely think I'm missing stuff now because I feel like, because usually, oh no, okay, got to see. Basically, this game is pretty good with if you see a door and you don't have the thing to unlock it, odds are you're going to see it, the key that you need very soon after. But I definitely think I skipped a fruit door and did not ever find the fruit to go there. No matter. If not, James will probably show it or have something to show for it.
Probably.
Ow! Oh, I thought that was a fish hook. It's just some leaves.
The hooks.
Yo.
About a mint.
Forgot about that bit. Okay. And good times all around. I'm talking out loud because I am stressed and scared in this creepy mine, and spiders are everywhere.
It's a stress release. Don't judge me.
I mean, look at it this way. You're still making pretty good distance compared to me.
But that's because I feel I also have like a theory that I think Pac-Man is just a little faster in this version, just his base running speed.
Maybe.
Kind of, yeah.
Like, I know they did make, like, a bunch of tweaks to his moves and whatnot in the Re-Pac. Like, for example, the Pac Rev Roll there. Apparently, like, when you hit an enemy with it, the recoil on it is a lot less aggressive than it was in the original.
Oh.
Yeah?
That's nice.
Oh, and I missed a C here. Damn it. I've been getting pretty sloppy with finding the letters.
I've been getting pretty sloppy with my life.
Well, you have plenty to spare, dude, so...
And as Hype has shown, this game is very lenient. Apparently, with collectibles that you find and your life. Like, it even remembered that I already hit that one switch. Which, I'm fine with that.
Oh, look at that, we're all caught up.
Hey.
We're literally the exact same area.
Hey, this was, and if anyone were curious, this is partially what we were doing this for, is we wanted to, like, have that, like, side-by-side comparison of, like, look at this, look how far we've come.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing I forgot to mention earlier is that, if there's one thing I'll definitely give, another thing I'll give points to the original game over Re-Pac.
Yeah.
I think the Pac dot throw that you have is a little more reliable.
Yeah, here it's like, oh, I have to charge it.
In Re-Pac, Pac-Man throws it in like a very, he throws it in like a overhead arc sort of thing.
Yes.
Whereas in the original game, it's like straight down, like instantaneous.
Oh, 100, and yeah, no, and I can agree. That does at times make it a little difficult to actually hit something reliably with it, because I have to worry if it's just gonna sail over it harmlessly.
I mean, granted, I don't think there's, like, that many instances where you'll outright need the Pac dot throw to get across anything.
Not really. If anything, it didn't really return for any other game, just because while it is fairly, it's ultimately unnecessary when the butt bounce and to some degree the red roll are just as reliable.
Right.
Yeah, no, but for me, even though I have this Pac toss thing, I've always considered, again, having played Pac-Man World 2. Ow.
Oops.
I consider his butt bounce to be like the banjo roll, like that's like his definitive offensive move that I've always thought of. I also love the detail of you're so fat that the maze is to be like, okay, move over.
Oh, Jesus!
Big boy coming through.
Make way for the Mega Pac!
Oh my gosh.
Crossover of crossovers.
I would love that, actually. You're right, that does make me happy.
Oops. Ow.
You'll be happy to know that Cousin punched me in the face today.
Well done.
Oh!
This is taking too long. I'm gonna miss the farmer's market.
Shoot, no, I think he's dead. I do need to get around to... Yeah, I guess that is a show that, like... I know Matt's been anxious to all run.
Oh.
Okay, I made the good call there. I'll haul my trip.
Oh, yeah!
I think I have one more life, though. Yes! Just
Yes, you do.
Just
One more chance.
beeline it and don't get a rock on the head. Yay.
They're all like, wait a minute.
Don't get bonked now.
Don't get clobbered.
No good
Can't
cocky.
get that. Oh. Well, I don't have the metal thing for that. Now do I? I'm lazy and I'm not going to go back.
At least you have the benefit of, say, if you do lose all your lives, you get booted right out. Me, I pretty much stuck here until I finish it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, if I lose a life, I just, like, respawn right back.
Huh.
That is
I could have
peculiar.
sworn that if you lost... I could have sworn... That's weird, because I thought in the original if you lost a life, they just boot you right out.
Nope.
Huh.
They don't have any sort of a... You're rocking the exact same health and the exact same amount of lives that you previously had.
Huh. Go.
So whether you like it or not, you gotta do it.
Dang. Okay, and over here. Pac-Man, got it.
Golly gee, I sure hate these swinging logs.
Oh my! Yeah, me too.
I was going to say, I don't think Logan likes them either.
You know what? I think we can finally agree. We can agree upon something, Jameson. That's a creepy looking doggo.
Why? Oh, jeez, why'd I even bother? I missed the other letters. Like, yeah, no,
Got it.
maybe it's just because I'm sort of adopting a pseudo speedrun mentality here, but I'm actually surprised I'm missing the letters as much as I am.
I mean,
It might be it.
but I mean, by all means, though, like it's okay. Like I'm just
Heck is
kind of
that?
going with the flow, and that's a creepy doggo.
No, not that. I mean, like, the yellow thing with a hole in it that James just picked up.
Oh, that's a bell.
Oh, right. It's just... For some reason, the original doesn't look like a bell to me.
Yeah, I never saw it as a bell either. I thought it was like something else completely, like the end of a hose.
Right.
Oh,
like
yeah, I
a
can see
little
that.
orange volcano. Well, not orange.
I guess the hole. I guess the hole was meant to be. There we go. I guess the hole was meant to be like the thing that like that it would hang. It would be hung from if so, and
Something like that. Just, yeah, the sprite work in the original game, for the most part, is pretty good. Just there's some details that don't quite look quite right.
yeah. Lemon, melon.
Give me the
That's
melons!
the wrong letters. Okay, we're going for strawberries. Dang it.
Well, you got some cherries.
I'll take the cherries. Okay, let's go for lemons.
Lemons again?
The glasses are right there. They're one row below it.
You know, kids, when life gives you lemons,
You make life take the lemons back.
So I don't need your dang lemons. Okay, I guess I'm going for galaxies now. Okay, shoot. All right. Nope. Lemon.
Lemon?
Just put all the stuff in there and get me 3 1-ups anyway because I'm a freaking participation trophy now.
yeah, I mean, look at you, birthday boy, you're swimming in them.
Yeah, no, this is. I'm definitely starting to note the tropical freeze influence of like it's very easy. Okay, ready for Manic Mines?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Beam me in, scrat.
Honestly, I don't feel too bad about going in before you do because, again, you got, like, faster loading times.
You know what? 100% completely. Oh, don't butt bounce him. He's pokey.
That's a really terrible seat.
Terrible seat.
Creases. So
Now, I do remember in the original game's case, you do have to save a friend here, but the method of doing so is kind of horseshit.
Oh, careful.
Oh, fuck! It doesn't have to do with the minecarts full of hot lava, though.
Oh, I think they're supposed to be like coals. Like, you can definitely tell that in the version Logan's playing.
Well, coals, lava, magma,
It all
whatever,
hurts.
they still fucking hurt.
it hurts the same.
And at least Logan has the added benefit of being able to hover over that stuff.
I need this handicap. I've been a little sloppy today.
You've been a bad man, even though you've clearly still been doing pretty good compared to me.
I just jumped headfirst into a stalactite. So
getting-
my day's going pretty. Ah!
Oh boy, you're getting
Sorry.
sloppy,
Easy does it
Savage.
there, Bessie.
Hang on.
But that being said, it's honestly not even all this stuff that makes this level a little horseshit for saving your friend. It's more so, like, right once you get to the area where you find him.
Oh.
It's one of those things where it is very easy to mess up.
Oh. Okay. I'll do my
Or-
best.
I think well, okay. Let me put it to you this way:
Oops.
it's in the original game, it's horseshit. In Re-Pac, it's much more forgiving.
Well, I am very. I'm very curious to look.
Basically, it does require you to get a certain fruit, and in the original game's case, it's one of those rare few like fruit that can disappear on you.
Oh.
So if it's gone, that's it.
I want to ask you, Logan, because it looks like the lighting here is really dark. Is it hard for you to make out any of the traps in that lighting?
It's definitely easy for me to overlook. I don't know how I stood on that without getting hurt. It's definitely. Hang on. Get me back up there, coach.
Oh, pro tip for you, Logan. You don't even need the rev roll to get up there. Think of your other ability that you have.
Oh, butt bouncing, right? Because
Yes, but you can literally butt bounce off of every ramp.
You need an orange to open that up.
yeah.
You literally don't even need the rev roll for them. Butt bouncing will get you up just as easily, and in fact, in later levels, it's damn near required.
Gotcha.
Your butt will take
that-
you places.
This butt will take you places, kid. Trust me.
There's the orange.
Trust me, trust me.
Trust me.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing now because I was thinking, how do I jump up this ramp? But using a butt bounce, you're already giving. Oh, okay, nice.
You have the elevation and momentum to carry you through.
Well, now you got me.
Oh, there it is.
Also worth mentioning, in the original game's case, if you manage to eat every single ghost in a particular area, that does give you a bonus health wedge. So, say if you're really running low on health, do that.
Oh, okay.
Also, I appreciate that fact that when you become like a Mega Pac-Man here, they actually have platforms to make sure you don't fall off.
Yes, very appreciated.
There's that, and on top of that, you're practically invincible.
Yeah, then I guess at that point it was really more so helping helping the developers' case, because now they don't have to worry about having to okay, how do we have them take damage? Okay, I guess a random thing, if I could critique something, is I do wish that the drop shadow were a wee bit darker,
Yeah,
because I feel like
I know that was
I feel like
one.
it could blend a little bit.
I know that was one thing that a Nitro Red brought up in his review, where it felt like I don't know if it's either the drop shadow or something else, but it felt like jumps weren't quite as reliable in certain levels as they were in the original.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
To some degree, I'd argue that I'd definitely argue in the original game, with Pac-Man's already slightly rubbery footing, for lack of a better word. It does make certain platforming segments pretty harder than they need to be. Whereas in Re-Pac, the rubbery physics aren't really all that present.
Yeah.
So it's easier to land certain jumps than you could in the
Well,
original.
I think for him it was less an issue with the Pac-Man's physics and more just an issue of the perspective with the drop shadow, like Logan was saying.
Oh, the fire.
I mean, when you put it that way, that is fair.
But apart from that, hold it. Oh, geez, just move, just move. Okay.
Also, imagine as a kid, you're playing this game on the PlayStation 1 on a CRT, and you feel like you absolutely need to zoom it all the way out to the point where you literally see the whole maze. But then everyone just looks like very ugly-looking pixels.
I was gonna say, there'd be no way that I could even... Oh, dang, that explosion lasted a bit longer than I thought. There'd be no way that I'd be able to tell where anything was. Because,
Yeah?
especially with this lava texture going on, and... Okay, go up now.
And I do appreciate that the original game had 3 layers of camera zoom in, as opposed to the Re-Pac where you only have 2.
Yep.
And they feel very... You know what, that's one problem I do have with the camera in the mazes in Re-Pac. They feel very sterile.
Okay, and 1, 2, 3. Okay.
And there's really no point to ever not zoom out.
I know, it is genuinely just making it more difficult for yourself.
Right. It's also not... It doesn't have that cinematic flair
Yeah.
that the original game had.
But
again, it's not something that I would really, hold against Re-Pac, because again, on the whole, it does more right than it does wrong.
Yeah.
And I do think, on the whole, if you were to pick a version, especially nowadays, Re-Pac, easily.
I think that's fair, yeah. Well, because it's...
But I still think there is merit to play the original game, because even with some of its faults, it's still a pretty solid platformer.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely agree with that. I mean, and I think that it's and just with other things, I think that you seeing where there are maybe a couple things, as someone who has played the original and it was more fresh in your mind, I think that's I don't know. I feel like, yeah, the fact that it's some of these differences are only really noticeable to that. I think that, yeah, on its own, it is still standing up as a very solid game.
Something that could easily be put on a similar pedestal to, say, Crash Bandicoot or Klonoa. Or, I mean, for those that can appreciate some of its less bullshit values, Rayman.
Yeah.
I think that's true. Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy.
Come on, come out here where I can fight you. I can't fight him. I don't know how to fight him. I don't know how to fight him.
You can't fight him. You just run away.
He's scary.
Run away!
He's scary. He's the star of a terrible movie.
Oh, Lord.
What, the tornado?
Yeah.
I thought it was called Twister.
Oh, Twister, okay.
Or Twister, yeah.
Sorry, like, I
remember
thought
that
he had a
movie.
specific name that coincided with a movie.
I don't know why, especially because we weren't even really talking about movies. I don't know why the first thing that popped into my head was, is he Knack? There has been a part of me that's been there. I will admit there has been at least one. Ow! There has been at least one part of me that is curious.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
What happened?
Stop it! Freaking Twister outright defied the freaking platform he was on and went right for me.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy.
Like, jeez, he had a vendetta.
Oh my
He
God.
wanted you.
Vendetta.
It's all good. It's all good. Although, I heard James's reaction, but I forgot what you thought of it. Hype. What did you think of that guy who using After Effects and sprite animations recreated what Wario's cameo in Superstar Saga would have been like?
Oh, I thought he did a really good job of it. Like, honestly, like, I think aside from, like, very minute nitpicks with the audio, I feel like he did a really good job, like, emulating how the cutscenes ran in that game.
I think so. Oh boy. Get over. Fight me.
Dude.
Okay, well that was a little anticlimactic, but fair enough. Okay.
Pretty inconsequential thing, but I also maybe it's just because I've grown up with the series for so long. I kind of find it a shame that in Re-Pac they call the Bedoings just regular ass springs now.
But I like Bedoings.
Bedoing! Yeah, it's so silly, but it also sounds like you're bouncing off of a spring.
It's like knowing that that the hookshot was once called the boing stick.
Yeah. Boing. That's you know, I just remember another thing. This is the only level in the game that carries two mazes because again they had to cut out one of the levels, so they had to make room for two.
Okay, I was curious about that. If that was going to be a running gag, where like later worlds start requiring more and more Galaxians to.
No,
okay.
Thankfully no. This is the only exception.
Okay, well, I mean, they did what they could. All right, in my go. Maze number 2. Let's go.
Meanwhile, my Pac-Man is taking his leisurely time swimming across the musty underwaters of the ruins.
It's gotta that water can't be good to swim in. There's gotta be dust and like maggots and things swimming around in there. Oh, thank you for walking right into my mouth.
Maggots and shit.
Yeah.
I don't remember where's the black scene?
It's in one of the treasure chests down there. Once you get the metal pallet.
Okay. Oh, you know what? That's probably what I'm missing. I forgot the freaking. Was there a chrome pellet underwater?
Yeah. Yes. It's like when you start swimming up, like out the other exit, there'll be a chrome pellet off to the left somewhere.
I thought so.
You're good. Oh, Lord.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank goodness Clyde and I scared each other.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not really going for sport this time. Just survivability. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
So,
There it is. Jesus.
all right, you're good. But
Camera could be a little less zoomed in.
yeah. There is no way to like zoom in, zoom out, or in the camera in this version, or in.
Nope, it's all fixed. Well, when you're in the game, like the actual levels themselves, no, it's all fixed.
Okay. Carefully. Up, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
1, 2, buckle my shoe.
Where's it? Let me out of here. I can't breathe.
3, 4, shut the door. 5 sticks, or 5, 6 pickup sticks.
7, 8.
Don't be late
Don't be late.
for your own party.
And 9, 10. Hug a friend. Come here, Hype.
But I appreciate the hugs.
Yay. Okay, what did I do? Oh, that's right. Back this way.
Also, that's right. I forgot that with this maze they bring out the freaking the harpoons from down below.
Oh, I didn't even see that in mine. I don't think maybe they must have removed those.
Either they removed them or you were. How long were you invincible for?
A decent amount, but I'm just saying, like, I genuinely did not see any hazards. It was mainly the ghosts that I was dealing with.
I mean, honestly, I guess that's another thing why I think the mazes in Re-Pac feel a little more sterile, is because, not entirely its own fault, but the power pellet system in this game kind of breaks them in two. With how, especially if you can chain them together in such a way.
Oh, no, absolutely. I made a mistake.
I made an oopsie.
Pac-Man, what have you done?
Oh,
I'm also,
Oh!
that's also another thing I'm going to say is, occasionally doing rev rolls off of jumps can be a little sloppy if you're expected to grab something.
Oh, jeez, Pinky, no!
It's one of those things where I wish it was possible to rev roll and then
Oh,
immediately
fuck it.
jump afterwards like a long jump.
Yeah.
Alright, there we go.
Also, I will admit, this is kind of a weird thing to address, but there's something about the way Re-Pac handles the butt bounce that feels a little more, at least with the first couple of bounces, it feels a little more delayed than the original game, or hell, even Pac-Man World 2 to a degree.
I have been feeling a little bit of that, where it's like a little bit of muscle memory. It feels more like a strategic move where it's like I'll do like jump, butt bounce, and like there's a little bit of a like preparation. There's like a bit of a preparation frame of hit a Pac-Man going hup hup, and then actually butt bouncing.
Ow.
Thank you.
Okay, now that I'm out of that
Alright,
mess,
so here we go.
I got a shitload of catching up to do.
I mean, no
So
worries.
yeah, you got it easy because again, you just need to find the bow-tied banana to get that there key.
That was supposed to be a banana? It looked like a bell.
No, it's bananas, Justice. And they are over here with Pac-Poochie.
Yep, with the pack pupper.
So right over there, run and grab that because I don't know. I don't even know if I have to do that. But in James's case, he has to immediately gun for that because that fruit can disappear.
Yes. In Re-Pac's case, they don't do that. So they'll just grab them there. They'll stay there for as long as they need to, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Now you just need to backtrack and grab that there key.
Oh, shoot. Oh, my God, the fire.
Pac-Poochie's like, Daddy, all right?
Oh, my God.
Get the key.
Honey, do you need me to get the ointment?
No! Just get here!
And don't you talk to me, woman. You're not my wife.
Oh, God! So, by the way, fellas, you like my new hammock? It's got a whole bunch of spike protrusions and everything.
Oh, jeez, that happened to you too.
Oh, it's one of those newfangled
my
acupuncture
God.
hammocks.
Yeah.
They're so great and lovable and okay. I'm gonna go rescue Pac-Pooch now.
Hello, Papa.
Yeah, you've rescued the doggo.
He says, woof woof. I would have loved it. That was all there was in the text box. Thanks for saving me, Master. I'll be outside waiting for you, woof.
Aw.
Woof, woof.
And off he rockets!
The rocket dog.
Burning out his fuse out here alone. Anyway, burning out his fuse just for a bone.
Knick-knack, paddywhack.
Now you just need
I-
a banana.
That
Oh, you have a banana.
I
He
had,
had one. It was all part of a double pack.
I had all of it. All the bananas. Okay, we're ready.
Okay, so I hate to do this, but I don't want to end up screwing myself over, so I'm going to take a safety safe state.
No, by all means. Again,
Get your
I'm
packet of cheese.
again. You are 100. If we had swap places right now, I would be struggling.
Yes, you would. You absolutely would, and that's exactly
You have
why I
one
let you do
more.
Re-Pac, because it is much more beginner friendly.
Thank you.
Now I just need to figure out, because yeah, there's the pack pupper over there, but I just need to see where the bananas are and hope I don't die in the process, because if I do, that's it. There's a banana. Give it to me, everyone.
Give it to me, Pac-Man. Waka,
Uh-huh. So, actually, I think it was something that you mentioned a little bit off screen. There we go. But I think now's a good time to like bring it up. So you mentioned that for your version, saving all of the friends, that is actually required to beat the game. Whereas for me, it's more of an optional thing.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, then there was no like. So the ending that I'm getting, there was no like true ending in the original.
Nope.
Nope. All there was, like the ending you get in the game plays out the exact same way. Oh, jeez.
Oh.
You know what? I'm just gonna take a shortcut.
I was gonna say, was that just fall damage in my Pac-Man game?
No, thankfully Pac-Man doesn't suffer fall damage in this game.
It just looked like you took damage as you landed, so that's why I thought that.
No, I got squished by a rock.
Okay, because it must have spawned in that area. Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, I got the key, I got everything I need. Now to go save my Pac-Poochie.
Yay!
Oh no!
What happened?
Oh, he fell.
I tried to take a shortcut and I fell to my doom.
Oh, lemon.
With only 2... Yeah, all lemons.
Lemon!
Did you get all the letters, by the way?
Yep. So it was another.
Okay,
it was another.
so you already did all that.
Yeah, it was another platformer thing, and I'll be pausing once we get to the main menu here.
Thank you. And we shaved up Pupper.
Yay! What you say, Pupper?
I mean, also make.
Bark, bark, bark!
I mean, also
Pac-Man, you are the best! Thanks for rescuing me! Bark, bark!
Aw.
Oh, whoosh!
He was also polite here.
Yep. That's my Chomp Chomp.
So yeah, really quick, I will hang out here for a bit. In the shade.
Thank you.
Logan.
This is like, I think this is like the very first time. Ow. I think this is the first time you actually beat me in a level proper.
Logan, can you pet the dog?
I don't want to do that just yet because I want to wait till he gets shit. Because I want to see if James can pet the dog, and if not, I also want to see what the difference is in the dialogue. So I'm going to start tuning in to watch James go on there.
Oh, look at that! I didn't get another level. I didn't get all the letters in.
Aw. Well, again, like they have some tricky stuff to them, and it's not. And I will say, whereas in Re-Pac, it does make it pretty. It's just something like that. It's like that thing that you love from the Oni place, like a Crash Bandicoot is the prequel to Blade Man. No, it's actually the sequel to this. And anyway, grand score.
Well, at the very least, the more score you do get, the more lives you do end up getting. So at least I'm not completely shit out of luck.
Again, it's all good. I'm sure there's like it's all. Oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
So that's 2 friends down, another 4 to go, and we're actually not too far from finishing the world proper.
Yep. So first, I'm curious, what does Poochie say before he says goodbye and good day to you?
What do you have to say, Chomp Chomp?
Chomp chomp.
Ruff, go fetch more friends. Good boy.
You're the good boy. Meanwhile, as I stroll,
I'm the good boy.
You are the good boy. Look at your happy, smug face. Of course, you're the good boy. That's the thing. Like that's the thing. I kind of like. Even though like Pac-Man with his closed mouth is fine, there's something so jovial about open mouth Pac-Man. Just yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the lovable days when Pac-Man suffered lockjaw.
Yeah. All right. And what do you have to say, Chomp Chomp? Pac buddy, I guess. Woof woof. Welcome back, Master. Thanks for saving me, Woof. You cannot pet the dog, but I can try.
Nope. That is not paying the dog.
That's not petting.
When Pac-Man pets you, you stay pet. No.
Devil, damn it.
Wolf.
I still love that bit. Okay, so go ahead, Jason. Let's see the nightmare.
Oh boy. One of the biggest aggravating factors of Pac-Man World, Anubis Rex.
Mm-hmm.
At first, it starts off from this perspective of this mummy, as if he were pretending he were playing, as if he were playing Doom 64 or whatever.
Get out.
Yeah, that's pretty much what this is. Keep running and try to keep as far a distance from the hand as possible.
Okay. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
And this isn't even the worst part of the fight.
No. Genuinely, what James is approaching is up until Re-Pac, what has been one of the steepest difficulty spikes in the franchise, essentially. Just between.
And with my current life output, I can't guarantee I'll be able to get it all in one run.
Well, let's see what happens. So here we go.
Alright, so Anubis Rex is this big monument right there. And your goal is to try to open up those hands of his with the help of these rev roll pads.
And
when his mouth opens up like that, that means you can that rev roll's been revved, or rev roll pad's been revved, so move on to the next one, and so on and so forth.
And as you're noticing, and you'll soon see the difference with me, note the insurmountable pit of instant death in between every one of these jumps for the remainder of this boss battle.
That ain't your grandma's marmalade right there. That's hot lava.
Marmalade.
Man, what is it with lava?
Now he's bringing up the big wins.
So be careful. That thing can move through. Okay.
Yep. You can move through it can move through the gaps.
At the very least, what I'm noticing there is, thank goodness, I thought it was like, oh.
How'd that not hit you?
Just be mindful, because those hands don't stay open forever.
Right.
Right.
But hey, you got one up at least. So somewhere the developers knew. Yeah, we gotta be careful. But anyway, I was being overly cautious about the rocks because I thought it was like, I thought as they go up it could deal damage, but I see they're in the backgrounds coming towards us, and they can also now throw rocks at the platforms themselves. So be mindful.
Yep, I've literally one hit in a dream.
Here comes.
No! Oh, no! Right in the marmalade.
Well, that's just adding insult to injury. Get hit, then fall.
But that's the other good news, at least, is that I also don't know if that's the case with every boss battle or just this one, but there are also checkpoints in this boss battle as you deal damage.
Is there?
Yeah, because it's the magenta gem again, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is the magenta thing. So, you know, why do we give this boss so much shit?
Because look at what they're doing to you. Okay.
Oh, and that's that. Wait, never mind.
more.
We're not done yet.
What?
False alarm. False alarm.
Here comes a twister! Here comes a giant fist! Oh, and now he's shooting magic at you.
Yep, now he's bringing out the hardcore spells.
He does it, but yeah, no, I say that it's so typical because look at this. Look at how many projectiles were just on screen right there, and you're always constantly doing this over a bottomless
Wait,
pit.
did
This one
I
here.
not finish one?
Yeah, that one's there is the last one.
Wait, never mind. It was this one. Oh, jeez.
Oh
No!
Do.
I've been twisted.
Okay. The magic spells are coming. Oh, gotcha! Okay, at least you had invincibility frames. It's all good. What do you have to say about this so far, Hype?
I have heard horror stories about this, and from the looks of it, as far as the original game goes,
Oh.
I definitely say it lives up to the horror stories. My apologies if I seem like a bit distracted here and there. Like, I am doing my best to pay attention, but I've also been kind of chatting with MB occasionally while you guys have been going through the levels.
Why am I not surprised?
Okay.
Well, I guess you don't want to hear
Oh.
that she says she wishes you both good luck in this race.
It's not a race.
Aw. It's not even a serious race, but thanks anyway. Hey. This could take a minute.
Okay, you're fine. It's the last bit of health, and I am not This is a bullet hell.
How did I survive this when I was a child? And I used to think that the next boss fight was was worse than this. And to some degree, it still kind of is. But
There's like this thing where like,
fucking hell!
oh my gosh, you may need to do a safety save.
Oh! Wait, hold on. I can rectify this.
Oh, thank goodness. thank you.
You know what? Who the hell am I fooling?
What?
I'll just restock my lives
Oh,
and try again. We'll be back, folks.
okay.
All right. Well, actually, before that, here's what happens when you game over.
Wow.
Pac-Man has taken over.
Now I could show this off, but I would need to die at least 32 times.
Yeah, do not worry about that at all. It's really not that much different in Re-Pac's case.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll be back for reals.
This is the part where it's like he's doing all this to specifically be like, by the time we're all done, by the time we have all of these, like, by the time we finally rev up all these things, his heart has some glasses. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you?
You hit a guy with glasses.
You know, believe you would.
That was actually something that we were watching. I was watching before this video was Shafrillis's recent thing. Actually, hang on.
Oh, that's right. Was it
Make
the
it
one talking
count.
about...
Yeah!
Yeah!
Finally.
We'll wait till you
Nice.
start your version of the boss.
Eat shit, Anubis.
Yes. Yeah, the one talking about how Disney and Pixar recently they don't really have villains, perhaps because they think they're above them. But meanwhile, Puss in Boots 2 is like, nah, we have fun villains. Have fun with it.
Yeah, let's just add them all in, and wow, really anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just kind of done.
So, Pac-Man, what do you win? What do I win? Nothing.
Oh.
Now get out.
Okay.
Oh.
Just walks away with sad pack music playing.
All right. Now that my suffering has ended, Logan, you're up next.
Pac-Man, look alive. Do the thing that I told you to do behind and off camera.
Okay. And then he
And
just...
honestly, you do that. I'm gonna go. You do that. I'm gonna stock up online.
Okay,
go
you
for
do
it.
that.
There it is,
It's
look at him.
Pac-Man, do the thing we told you about. Okay. And then he just does... Actually, devil damn it, that joke doesn't work because he has mittens, not gloves.
Sorry. Alright, Anubis Rex.
Do it.
Get in there. Don't you dare come back out in.
Oh, there's the mummy hand.
You know, something doesn't feel quite right about Pac-Man not reacting to the hand that's literally chasing him.
Hi there.
Ooh.
Ow! Okay, I'm sorry.
Ow!
That's what you get for not reacting.
I'm sorry I called your hand stupid!
I'll be honest, I thought the hand was more like in the foreground. I didn't think it was actually that big that it would like slap me. Ow.
Oh boy, careful. Don't forget to peach.
Give me that. Get me out of here.
And
Light!
Oh, you
and
Me to the light.
it's a bit
Meet the
of a jip. Ooh.
and thus meet the equivalent of putting on bumpers when you're playing bowling. Just here. Just have a massive platform.
Oh, I think you're supposed to approach him.
Oh, it's also, you know what? Also, look at this. Notice how, because hear me out. Not saying they're sloppy, but hear me out. Notice this. See how there is like a slight indentation on the left of this Rever platform?
Yeah.
That proves to me that I think at some point they did actually have this be fully lava, and then later on they're just like, quickly slap the big old like platform here in the middle of it all.
Quickly, make it more approachable to children.
Alright. It's not just Anubis Rex. It's Anubis Rex
The second.
with an ugly hood ornament.
Oh.
I'm not ugly.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Anubis.
Oh.
Oh, well, he doesn't like being called ugly either.
My friend doesn't like you.
Mama said that,
I don't like you.
Mama said that I'm a handsome boy.
Oh, it's not Anubis.
Meet Anubis without the Rex part.
Oh, but he's a dog. That's supposed to be Anubis, right? Anyway. And yeah, they have some neat little effects here. So, again, let's just start revving. Oh, gosh. But I will say, right away, his attack is also different in that, first of all, there's enemies, and already they're jumping right to firing these projectiles at you.
You can also attack said enemies, and I think they will occasionally drop pellets or health at you.
Yep. Oh.
So again, much more forgiving version of the fight.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
But obviously don't get too cocky, because, he still can't hurt.
There you go.
Like a son of a bitch.
I'm very curious to see what other abilities he has. So, okay. Oh! I see what they're doing.
Also, just real quick, MB said twofold. She's sorry you had to suffer like that, James, and she wishes Logan good luck.
Thank you.
I think all the luck's gonna do him fine.
Ow!
Whoop.
See, like I said, it may be easier, but
Oh.
don't get cocky.
Because actually, that's something I'm now noticing. James, I will actually say, for what it's worth, they were actually also kind enough to give you checkpoints at each hit of damage. I do not have that. If I die, I have to redo the whole fight from the beginning.
Yeah, unless, say, if there are, like, actual phases of the fight. I think they do count those as checkpoints.
We'll see. So maybe
I
after
wanna
two.
say.
So maybe after 2 hits, there'll be another checkpoint. But for now,
Right, like, say if you die here, like, you do get booted right back to the Anubis part of the fight, as opposed to literally the beginning where you have to deal with his smelly uncle's hands.
right? Come on. Just keep.
And again, I'll say for what it's worth, like, I think as far as, like, facelifts are concerned, I think the bosses got the best of them.
Oh, I think so. Like the design of them, the movement, like they could have just had them be just as static as before. But like this, I'll say like this is what I was expecting. Where like I was expecting the hand to actually be like the guy actually moving in like an actual force that I'm fighting here. But and got him. Come on, new phase. Checkpoint, please.
Ooh.
Nope.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
You're just gonna have to deal with a little less platforms, which, still better than what I got.
Yeah.
But I love the idea that what is happening here is that I have to I have to work my way up to playing at the same difficulty you were playing at.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
And look at it, and hey, another thing I just noticed is that the rev roll pads, there is more of a tell, like, how much needs to be used up.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a whole little charger thing. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
Oh.
Checkpoint. Oh, man.
Now it's time for me to have my own little hell here. Unless James edits this out very nice. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll be right back.
Actually, I just realized, Logan, remember, you do have the
No!
flutter.
I'm not playing easy mode.
Okay, I did not know this happened.
Get out of here. We're going
Get
back.
out of here with that meaning nonsense.
But I guess show that now that because I remember seeing that when I paused when I was exiting the stage earlier in the session. I did not know what easy mode is, but it looks like all it does is it just gives you a more forgiving flutter jump. If the flutter jump on its own was not already forgiving enough.
I think they also added additional platforms too.
It could be, and honestly, Logan, that's something that I'm surprised you didn't try to utilize more often when it comes to dodging these projectiles.
You know what? Holy crap! I think you're right. I think that's exactly what the double fireball was designed for.
Honey, did you make sure to get Anubis' dog food?
I told you, woman, you're not my wife. Now leave me alone.
This is not my beautiful wife. This is not my beautiful house.
Where'd you take the kids? Where'd you take my real wife?
And I don't know if this really is water flowing underground.
When the money's gone.
What? The money's gone! I'm broke!
Give me some.
Oh, this could take a bit.
It's not gonna take. This is it. This is the run. This is 100% the run. Said Lucky Jack at 3:49 p.m. Pacific Standard on February 27, 2023 of the Lord and Savior. This is the run.
He dies a few minutes later.
Well, that would just be
Very upset if I
mean.
do.
Oh.
I'm very upset. I'm saving that actually. I'm gonna see if I can keep that power for later.
Well, it's just a health.
I'm curious.
Actually,
Well,
will it
it's
even
glowing red
stay
though.
there?
I
don't
think
know.
I'm not sure between phases, but let's see.
Let's see. Since it's glowing red, I believe that's actually a full heal.
I think so.
Yeah, well, it's still staying there.
Yep, it's still standing.
I'm still standing better than I ever did.
Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. Well, I'm standing after
No,
all
wrong way.
this time.
Lemon!
Got the pieces of my
Lemons!
life without you in my life. I'm still standing.
standing.
Yeah,
Nice, yeah.
You're still standing. Yeah.
Okay.
When did Pac-Man grow to be so tall?
Was it yesterday when he was small?
Shouting at the freaking. Oh my gosh, that took me back. That was I think that actually was also our first ever time doing a live commentary like to that extent.
Maybe.
I think so. Which one was that for again?
Rayman Origins.
Right.
I think that was the first time we've ever I want to say that was actually the first time we had ever recorded ourselves doing something like that live.
To that extent, yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the program I was using to make sure that Bandicam didn't record all of our.
Oh,
Discord audio.
it was that one like banana thing.
Yeah, it was
or
banana something or like something banana.
Voice meter banana.
Voice meter banana. That's it.
Yeah.
What
Kind of
good,
grateful we live in a time where I don't need to use that anymore.
what good will bananas do at a time like this?
Clearly the lemons are all. Just push through it. Push the pain. Nope. No.
Fuck this.
I said this was gonna be the run, and gosh darn it, this is the run.
You know what? Tradition still stands. The run where we did random singing helped you out.
I knew you could do it, Pete.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in the lava now.
Oh, jeez. Wait a minute. I'm not even in this dumb cartoon. If I was, it'd be a better cartoon.
I think all the collectibles were literally on that there. Yeah.
Just get the cheese
buddy
thing.
boy.
I got some things. It does look like a big wedge of cheese. Anyway, clear. 2 worlds
You
down.
did it.
I forget how many are left. 3?
Wait, what? You friends?
Oh no, Doy, that's right. We actually have 4 worlds left.
Yep, there's 6 worlds in total.
Yep. I was mistaking the fact that in the pirate area, there's still a second floor with other worlds on them.
And actually, since you're already on the slot wheel, I'm gonna go ahead and go do a boss fight, so I gotta make sure to save all the freaking lives I was able to grind.
Wait, you
All
can
3 of them.
you can only save after a boss fight?
Save after a boss fight, or if you finished a level.
Oh.
Well,
And I don't think I was near the end of the level, so I mean, I'll just make it easier on myself and fight the Windbag again.
Okay.
Well,
Back when he had his prestige title.
Well, with that said, we thank you very much for joining us for our first experimental session of doing this. I'll take that one up.
Yeah, I'd say so far it's been relatively okay. Now it's just a matter of what the editing process is going to be like.
Best of luck to you.
Okay, so I guess the answer to my question is just going to be James editing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be editing it. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, next time, Logan and I are going to be going far beyond the reaches of this here Pac-land.
Go into space. And this one does actually have the full 4-level shebang, or 3-level shebang. So,
Yep, from here on out, we will have the same amount of levels and boss fights we expect out of these worlds.
Okay.
No more short runs for us.
alright. Save.
So yeah, we'll see you all next time for Space, the not quite final frontier.
The last place not affected by Pac. Capitalism.
Spice!
Stay tuned, everybody.